You're listening to Mr. Nightscare. I bought a house last month, an old Victorian, way out in the countryside. The kind of place that has been on the market for years because no one wants to deal with the upkeep. I got it for a steal. The real estate agent seemed almost desperate to get rid of it. He kept mentioning the character of the house, which I now realize was code for creepy and falling apart. The first few weeks were fine. Just the usual old house noises, creaking floors, rattling pipes. I told myself it was normal. But then the whispering started. It was faint at first, like the wind carrying a distant conversation. I'd be in the kitchen making coffee, and I'd hear it from the upstairs hallway. Just a murmur, too low to make out any words. I checked the vents, the windows, everything. Nothing. One night I was working late in my study. The house was dead quiet, except for the tapping of my keyboard. Then I heard it again, closer this time. A soft, raspy whisper, right behind my chair. I spun around, my heart pounding in my chest. The room was empty, but the air was cold, and the smell of damp earth hung in the room. I didn't sleep in the house that night. The next day I decided to explore the attic. It was the one place I hadn't really checked out. It was filled with dusty furniture covered in white sheets, looking like a graveyard of forgotten memories. In the far corner, under a pile of old newspapers, I found a small wooden chest. It wasn't locked. Inside there was a single item, a child's doll. It was one of those old porcelain dolls, with cracked skin and glassy, staring eyes. Its dress was faded and torn, and its painted smile seemed more like a sneer. I felt a chill run down my spine just looking at it. I should have thrown it away. I really should have, but for some reason I didn't. I put it on a shelf in the living room. A weird, morbid decoration, I guess. That night, the whispering was louder than ever. It wasn't just a murmur anymore. I could hear a word, repeated over and over again. And it echoed from every corner of the house. I barricaded myself in my bedroom, but I could still hear it, seeping through the door. The next morning, I went downstairs, exhausted and terrified. The house was silent. But as I walked into the living room, I stopped dead. The doll wasn't on the shelf. I frantically searched the room, my panic rising, and I saw it. It was sitting on the armchair, the one I always sit in, and it was facing the door, as if it was waiting for me. Its head was tilted slightly, and its glass eyes seemed to follow my every move. I grabbed the doll, ran outside, and threw it into the trash bin at the end of the driveway. I felt a huge sense of relief as I watched the garbage truck haul it away the next morning. For a few days, the house was peaceful. The whispering stopped. The cold spots vanished. I thought it was over. I started to feel like I was going crazy, that I had imagined it all. Then, last night I came home from work. As I walked up the porch steps, my blood ran cold. Sitting right there, on the welcome mat, was the doll. It was dirtier, one of its eyes was now cracked, but it was the same one. Its painted smile seemed wider, more malicious, and tucked into the sash of its tattered dress was a small, folded piece of paper. My hands trembled as I opened it. There were only 2 words, written in a shaky, childlike scrawl. "You're mine." I'm recording this from my car. I didn't even pack a bag, I just ran. I'm driving and I'm not stopping. I keep checking my rearview mirror, half expecting to see its little porcelain face staring back at me from the back seat. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I can never go back to that house. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to her.